My husband's work is having a holiday party. They have requested kindly that we wear cocktail attire, which for my husband and I means that we're dressing up kind of a half step above cocktail attire. I think I get that from my mom. Whatever fanciness level I'm being asked to dress at, I want to be a half step above. So my husband is going to be wearing a full suit, and I am planning on wearing a dress. The problem is, I don't have any fancy dresses anymore that really fit. I searched for a little while and I eventually found a pattern that I really adore, and I'm gonna give it a shot. It's called the Bubble Frock by Lydia Naomi. And it also looks like it's made well for short torso gals like myself. It's gonna be fine, right? I found the most beautiful fabric to make the dress with, and I am very excited about it. It's this really rich, deep black, and it has this gold and sort of red flower detailing on it that's just gorgeous, and it's so shiny. My plan so far is pretty simple. I want to make a practice version of the dress. I have some plain, regular quilter's cotton, and I just want to make sure that I can successfully execute it, and I also want to be able to try on the dress before doing the real version to ensure that I actually like the look and the fit of it before cutting into my very expensive fabric. There's an alteration to the dress that I know I want to do right away, and the designer Lydia Naomi has YouTube tutorials for this, but I found a tutorial where she talks through how to make adjustments to the pattern for a larger bust, and it's a really good tutorial. So I'm going to use that alteration adjustment strategy just because I know I'm going to need it. Fingers crossed it works out. I am so nervous. I won't be doing anything with this dress though until I decorate for Christmas. It is December 1st. It is time. If I wait any longer, I just won't get it done. And wish me luck on the dress. I'm gonna need it.
I am packing my bags, I am leaving. Think I'm going to Paris or Rome. I gotta get out of this god-awful place that I used to call my home. Maybe I'm going to London. Gotta find someplace new. I'll move to a dump in a faraway slum to help me forget about you. I might be going to sunny California. I'll go surfing the waves till I drown. I really don't care, I will go anywhere. I just gotta get out of this town. 'Cause I see you in every corner, all the buildings and streets where your name. Go on, tell me I'm free to do as I please, but without you, it's all the same.
I dare you to find a more romantic looking apartment. It looks fantastic. It's really come together. I've been slowly accumulating Christmas decorations over the past 5 years. Christmas has historically always been my favorite holiday. It was just a very magical time as a kid. My parents, especially my mom, really went out of her way to make it incredibly special for us. So it's just kind of wild coming up with my own traditions as an adult. It took a few Christmases for me to be like, why does this suck? And it's like, oh, because my mom isn't bending over backwards to make the most amazing day ever. I'm an adult now, and if I want Christmas to be magical, I have to do it myself. And it's less about the day for me now and more about the season, the month leading up to it. Same with Halloween. There's something simultaneously hectic and relieving and calming about December. As far as the dress goes, I looked it up, and the fabric I bought is labeled as poly jacquard. Jacquard referring to the weave of it, and poly being it's a synthetic material. And the internet wasn't very helpful because it's like, yeah, it really depends, man. It's a synthetic fiber. So I think what I'm going to do is machine wash it on cold and air dry it. And I hope that I don't ruin it. I also grabbed this purple plum cotton fabric that I have to make my practice version. I'm really scared. Okay, we got this. I got this. It's gonna be okay. I am about halfway done with the practice dress, and I am feeling good. That's the issue with sewing, is you have to wait until you've sewn an entire dress before you can try on the dress to see if you would like it on yourself. I managed to sew a full-on invisible zipper, although it's not quite as invisible as I think it should be. People who sew can let me know, but I feel like this is not invisible enough, and I could have done better hiding the zipper. Are my expectations too high? Is this good? Or can I be doing it better? I saw something that was about maybe ironing the zipper before sewing it, so I will try that when I go to do the real dress. So this is fine for me. I don't mind it. I'm not mad at it. I'm feeling good about the gathers that I did. They look really nice and even. The fit is looking good, although I was worried it was going to be too small, but I was wrong. It's actually way too big. In circumference, 2 to 3 inches too big around on the bust. So I am going to adjust that. I still need to add the scalloped edge. I need to do the lining. I need to add pockets. I need to sew up the sides. I have to hem it. I'm sorry, did I just make a dress? I can't believe it. I love how this turned out. And this is just the practice dress. I'm feeling so much more comfortable knowing even if I really mess up the real version of the dress, I can just wear this. Even though it's plain quilter's cotton, I don't care. I feel adorable. I do have some notes for myself for the next version to make it a little bit better, or at least better for that version. So one big thing is I think I'm gonna omit the scallops on the next version. Part of the reason is the fabric I'll be using has a beautiful gold pattern already on it, and I don't think it needs the added detail, and I'd like for the fabric itself to be kind of a superstar in the outfit. And the other reason is I don't know if it's that I made this wrong or if it's just the way my body's shaped, but the scallops, they look beautiful in the front here, but as soon as they reach any amount of topography on my body, they kind of flop over. And a lot of the scallops on the back are completely flopped over. Not my favorite look, and it does make it look a little messy. So I think on the next one, I'll just omit it. That being said, I do absolutely adore these scallops on this dress. I think they really make it, especially with a very plain matte fabric like this. For this dress, I intentionally did the liner short, so everything's fully lined up until here, and I want to do that on the next dress as well. The material I'll be using is a really heavy fabric, and I don't want the dress to be overly weighed down. A detail I added to this dress that I am thankful for, and every sewist who does this is thankful they do it, added pockets. When I go to an event of any sort, I really want to have the option to not bring a purse, period. And pockets enable me to have keys, credit card, ID in one pocket, my phone in the other, and that's all I need. I'm really happy with the length for this, especially for sort of a cocktail dress situation. I also feel like because I'm so short, anytime I wear anything fully to the ground, I feel like I'm being consumed by the dress. And in this case, I feel like I'm wearing the dress instead of the dress wearing me. I officially have 5 days to make the real version of the dress. I haven't even cut the fabric yet, so I have a lot to get done. I feel like I can get it done done, especially because I'll probably be working on it after work every day. So getting a couple hours of working on it every evening, I should be able to do it, especially omitting the scallops makes it a little bit more simple. Some other notes on this version. The top is so structured. I definitely don't need a bra. I feel very supported and contained. I'm also kind of digging this purple color on me. I'm not much of a purple person, but maybe I should be. Outside of this cocktail party that my husband and I are going to, I have a jam-packed December, which is wild to me. The first year that my husband and I were married, we moved to Oregon away from all of our friends and family, and so our first few Christmases were completely alone, and nothing happened because we'd have to plan it if we wanted to do anything. And I'm really proud of how far I've come in making myself go out and do things, and now it's to the point where I've been doing it often enough where the things are finding me, other people are recommending them to me, I'm getting invited places. Completely foreign concept to me, but I kind of love it. I'm a little sad because I'm so busy for the entire month of December that I don't have time to reach out to friends that I really do want to see again. All of this is a lead up to saying, I need some Christmassy outfits. And I have white, green, red, fully present in my wardrobe. I think using what I already have, I can make so many Christmas outfits, and I want to go all out dressing for Christmas the entire rest of December. I'm having a sister's craft night, doing movie cooking, baking. I'm going to an art fair. I'm going to the ballet to see the Nutcracker, which I've never seen before. I'm very excited. And I do want to dress up literally for work. Every single day, I want my outfit to be just a little bit Christmassy. So I'm gonna raid my closet and see what outfits I can put together. I ended up going to Goodwill because I was looking for a cover-up of some sort to wear with the dress, but they didn't really have anything in terms of like a pashmina, a shawl, a wrap, and I don't want to order anything online. It's fine. I can make it work with stuff that I have here already. But when I was at Goodwill, I found the best thrift find I have found all year. I need to show you what I found. I'm sorry, but what in the velour oversized red double-breasted blazer is this? It's amazing. Is this not spectacular? I got so lucky. This was $10. Do you agree? Is this a really nice jacket? Oh my gosh, you should see her face. She's looking at me like, what is this? What is this material? Should we find some Christmas outfits? So I finished the practice dress on Friday, and it's currently Sunday, and I have not worked on the new version yet. And my brain keeps telling me, sure, you did the first one just fine, but what if you completely ruin it the second time? That's where knitting and crochet bring me a little bit less anxiety, is sure, they take a lot longer, but you can always unravel. I'd like to suck it up and just cut the fabric right now, but I am meeting my friend in an hour for the Audubon Society Christmas art market. But I have every intention of working on this as soon as I get back. It has been an extremely Christmassy weekend. It is the first official weekend of December, and already on Friday, I went to the Nutcracker Ballet with my friend, and it was beautiful. I had never seen the Nutcracker before. I didn't know what to expect. I did read the synopsis in the program before the ballet started, which really helped me to be able to follow along with what was actually happening. I can see why people go every year, and my favorite part was really seeing how everyone dressed up for it. Everyone was dressed at such a wide range because you had people in sweatpants, but you also had people in full Dickens costume. I am just the luckiest cat person in the world. Friday night was the ballet. Saturday, I had my sister's craft date. We do a monthly craft date, but this one was a little bit more Christmassy. So she was working on a Christmas card. I did some stamp carving, and I also did some photo editing. So it was Saturday afternoon, and then in the evening, I went over to my friend's place, and we decorated her place for Christmas, and then we watched How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Today, I have the Audubon Society Christmas art market, and that's all one weekend, and I am very excited to continue just being extremely Christmassy for the rest of December. Unrelated, I am so into this color combination right now. She sees you when you're sleeping. She knows when you're awake. The Bird Alliance of Oregon's Wild Art Festival was really amazing. They highlighted so many fantastic artists who are all independent and local to me, which is such a big bonus. I was mostly just so excited to be able to see all these different artists, and I bought a lot of stuff. That's one thing I'm really thankful for with YouTube is I only make money off of AdSense with YouTube. I don't do sponsorships, and at least for now, I don't really sell anything here. But I do make some money off of ads, so it's really nice to be able to put some of that into supporting local artists, and selfishly I get art out of it that I get to look at. So I just want to show you the things that I bought and shout out some artists. But before I show you the artists, I did get a black cap chickadee pin, enamel pin, and an iron-on patch. The black cap chickadee is the first bird that I learned how to identify when I was a kid. It's one of very few birds that I can identify by sound, but it's also a really easy bird to identify both visually and by sound, which is why it was my first. Also, I am not a huge birder, but I so appreciate that world. I have minimal interest in memorizing all the birds. I did, however, compete in tree identification, so at least for a period, I could identify every native tree to Minnesota. And my older sister competed in ornithology, where she learned to identify birds by call and visually. So, nerdy family, love it. Let's talk about some art. So first off was I hate to say fiber artist, because they really did natural dyeing. And it was really cool to see all the different stuff that they had natural dyed. There were some beautiful silk scarves and leaf prints that I really wanted, but money, I had to make choices. They had a bunch of mini skeins and I picked two of the colors. So the yellow one has been dyed with marigold and the blue one has been dyed with indigo. They are both very soft and very beautiful. Oh, and the artist is Casey Newman of Cedar Dell Designs. The next thing I got was from Erin Linton of Orphan Girl Fine Art, and I will be linking everybody in the description with their websites. So I got this beautiful duck journal. It's a journal, people. It's not an art print. I love this because I only have so much wall space, so I can't have as many prints in life as I would love to have. So I love seeing artists put their work into other form factors. And I go through journals a lot and oh my gosh, just beautiful. Look at her work. The textured background, gorgeous. It's also kind of fun because the pages are craft brown paper, so they're not white journal pages. Love. I mean, I love everything I got. The next one is super cool. They're all super cool. I have a hard time picking a favorite. This ornament is from Erica Beyer, who does fine art. And this is so creative. She does these gorgeous fine art paintings of birds and printed them out really small and turned them into ornaments. And every ornament that she made is different. This is like the coolest thing in the world. I love that you can just keep looking at this for ages and you keep being rewarded by all the little details in here. Love the loon. Love this guy. I don't know what he is, but looks like a mango. This duck is probably my favorite. So there are, I think, 19 or 20 bird paintings in this ornament. I plan on having this displayed year-round in my apartment. Definitely not just whipping this out for the holidays. And next up we have Becca Zimitz or Zimitz. I am terribly sorry, I don't know. Becca does stunning fine art and I bought a print. I kind of wish I got a bigger print, but I had already spent so much money. I'm like, I can't justify getting a $100 print right now. She has this gorgeous pink saturated background. I wish I could afford right now to buy more of her prints. Every single piece that she has done is amazing. I was going through her website and there are so many of her works that I would love to have, but I'm happy to even have one of her prints. So I will link all these artists in the description. That was it. Just wanted to shout out some artists. It's Monday night, it's 8 p.m., and I need to have this done by Thursday night. I'm very tired. It's only 8 p.m. So I'm so tired. Today, my big goal was just to cut out all the pieces and to sew the main front bodice piece and the front bodice like lining. And I've achieved that already. I think I'm going to try and serge all the edges that I need to be serging. And if I still have energy after that, I will gather the skirt. And then maybe I could finish this tomorrow. That would be nice because there's a small project I would also like to do for this event, but I wasn't sure if I was going to have time. So we'll see. We will see. In terms of the pattern, I don't think there's anything that you're instructed to serge. However, since I'm doing just a half lining instead of a full lining, I want to serge all of the exposed edges, which is basically any edge from the waist down. I'm going to serge all of it just to make it a little easier. I need to remember to cut out pockets. I can't forget that. So step 1, serge a bunch of pieces. Step 2, gather the skirts. Step 3, sew the skirt to the bodice. To the surprise of no one, I am burnt out. That's not fair. I'm the step before burnout. There are 3 big categories in life where I can be busy. That is work, YouTube, and my social life. And all 3 are very busy right now, with the exception of YouTube. YouTube's probably like a 6 out of 10 right now, whereas work and my social life are both a full-on 10 out of 10. I have not been sleeping enough, and the biggest instigator of me feeling just awful today is the constant inundation of messages that require action or thought on my behalf. There's so many apps that constantly need checking, and I feel like I've been checking them all day, and I still have so many unread messages. Discord, Snapchat, personal email, YouTube email, work email, YouTube comments, Ravelry, Instagram. I need to check my physical mail too. Oh my gosh, I haven't checked in a while, on top of many others that I'm sure I'm forgetting. And it just felt like today was a constant game of keeping up with 20 different conversations all at once. That felt incredibly overwhelming and exhausting to me. So ideally, I have caught this early enough to not go into full burnout mode where I have to sit in bed for like 3 days straight. And I'm hoping I can just do a couple things to help. Tonight, my main focus is going to be finishing the dress and watching a movie, watching a TV show, something very calming. Maybe I'll listen to Sophia Azella's newest song, Above the Neck, on repeat, because that's what I've been doing all week. Another thing that kind of triggered these feelings was being on Instagram again, which is on me. I delete the Instagram app off my phone most of the time. Most of the time it's not there. So I usually just delete it. But I have a reason that I do have to be on Instagram for the next few weeks, and I'm going to work on it. But I was scrolling today and I have this continual overwhelming feeling that I'm not doing enough. I'm not progressive enough. I'm not volunteering enough. I'm not helping enough. I'm not educated enough. I'm not informed enough. I don't care enough. I'm not mad enough. I'm not happy enough. As you can see, lots of big feelings on burnout day. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to work on the dress, see what I can do, and as soon as I start getting really frustrated with it, I'm going to stop and I'm going to sit in bed and I'm going to do nothing. And everything's going to be okay. Because I've been here before. We've all been here before. So many of us have had these feelings. I guarantee thousands of people right now are feeling exactly the way I feel. And it's gonna be okay. Because it always is okay. I refuse to believe the alternative, because that's just one step shy of giving up. I'm gonna give myself permission to not check any more messages for the rest of the night from anyone. I think the world can deal with the next 7 hours of me being inaccessible. I feel a little better already. I finished gathering all 6 pieces that need it, and I have gotten pretty comfortable gathering stuff. Not a dramatic thing at all anymore. That's pretty cool. I was really intimidated by gathering for the longest time, and now I'm just like, oh, gathering, that's kind of fun. I'm feeling pretty good. Gathering was a really quick process, and I ate dinner, which was important. It wasn't healthy, but it was warm. Sometimes we gotta meet ourselves where we're at. The next step is sewing the gathering sections to the bodice panels that they coincide with, and after that is the zipper. I feel like I have enough energy to attach these pieces to the bodice pieces. I don't know if I'm up for doing the zipper tonight. And I think I'm gonna put on the movie Love Hard. My mom just messaged me that she's watching it. I did check my messages. And there's this line that makes both of us laugh so hard.
Is that the Mormons again? For the last time, we're not converting.
But it is probably my favorite recent cheesy Christmas movie. There are so many cheesy Christmas movies out there. And the first time I watched this one, I was like, that was fine, whatever. And then the next year, I was like, oh, you know what? That was pretty fun. I should watch that again. And I was way more into it. And now I've just been watching it every year since it came out. And it's a teensy bit performative in its sexism, and the main character is extremely unlikable. But Happiest Season is also objectively terrible, and I also have been watching that every year. I should get back to it. You think that just because the man is gone, you can do whatever you want? That's sexist, Mary. I thought better of you. It's too small. And the zipper won't zip, even when it's not on. Stupid zipper. I overcorrected. The dress is too small. And the zipper's broken. For the record, I sewed on the zipper so well. I was so proud of myself. It was very invisible. But it broke. Because I got a cheap zipper. And I may have ruined it entirely because I decided to throw out the entire rulebook and improvise. So what did I do to this dress exactly? Well, I ripped out the zipper. Now there is no zipper, and it's too small. And I don't have a replacement zipper, and this needs to be done tomorrow. I was hoping to have it done 2 days ago, but that didn't happen. I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. I was a little confident going in, being like, I'll probably be able to do this. Right now I'm thinking, it's basically dead, and it's on life support, so I can do whatever I want. And it can't get much worse. I am going to attempt turning this into a lace-up back. Let the record reflect, I am terrified. I also think I put in the straps wrong. Like, I think they're uneven, so I gotta fix that. Which is gonna be very difficult without destroying the material. And that's part of why I serged almost every single edge on this thing. The only edge I didn't serge was where the bodice top meets the bodice bottom, but everything else has a serged edge because this fabric just frays so much. It's beautiful, but it is a struggle to work with. I'm feeling incredibly disheartened, and I'm really, really worried I'm gonna hate it, but I'm gonna try. After sleep. I am sleeping first. I cannot work while I am this tired and sad. It's the next day, also known as the last day, when this has to be done. I'm really concerned that my takeaway from this project is going to be don't try new things. Sewing isn't for me. After a full night of sleep, well, very restless sleep, I'm still incredibly frustrated and upset about this project. I did everything right. I measured so many times before making the cuts. I had the correct amount of seam allowance. There's no explanation. I did a practice dress. I washed the fabric. I'm so upset. I don't want to be. I want this to roll off my back. I want to not care and be like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I'm going to turn it into a lace-up back and it's going to look great. I'm still upset because that's not what I was going for and it's not my first choice. And I still don't know, even with a lace-up back, if it's going to work. I don't know if this is a quitter's attitude, but I kind of feel like I should just stop trying to work with interesting materials in sewing and stick to just cotton and cotton linen blends for now. I had a decent experience working on version 1 of the dress, and I'm so sad that version 2, it's just been a bundle of frustration the entire time. I'm also a little bit salty because I wanted to finish this not at the last minute. And I wanted to make a matching tie for my husband, and I wanted to make a bag to go with the dress that I could carry. But I'm definitely not going to have the time nor the energy to do that. I'm so close to finishing. I'm just going to finish it. Whatever it is, it is. Oh, universe, please let the next clip be of me having finished the dress, being so content with how it turned out, making a little surprise face of I can't believe it turned out this good. I was overreacting. I really hope that's me. I figure I should show you at least a little bit of my plan. So this is the back of the dress, which is where the zipper resided, and I cut it out and I serged the edges, and this is where I'm going to attempt doing the like corset lace up back top. My plan is to sew a bunch of little loops into here when it's inside out. So I made these little cotton squares, folded it, and I'm gonna try and sew the little loops onto these so that I can just sew this square in place here and have the loop stick out. And hopefully that'll also give it a little bit more structural integrity. Hi. I'm pretty sure this is the kind of thing that you're supposed to use boning for, but I don't have boning, nor do I have time to acquire it. Emotional support cat. Why are you running? Emotionally support me. All right, this is what I was talking about, making the little loops on this piece of fabric so that I can just kind of stick it in here and sew it down without having to manage all the little loops on this fabric, because this was a struggle. I finished the dress, and it fits. I ended up wearing it with this sort of like knit wrap scarf. It's actually one of those like crossbody sleeve things, but I could never get it to work. But I was so warm the whole night, I did not have this wrap on for very long. I successfully survived the cocktail party. I am content with this dress. I feel like it fits really well. I think there are certainly more flattering design options, but that isn't my goal, and I still feel very good in this dress. I appreciate that I can wear it without a bra. Like, it has plenty of structure and thickness where that feels like a comfortable choice to make. I'm really happy that I can go to an event and eat as much as I want, and there's plenty of room in the skirt. I really like that because the fabric is black, and due to the sheen of the fabric, you cannot see sweat when you're wearing it, which to me is actually really important in any evening wear dress I'm going to be wearing. It's just nice. It's another thing to not have to think about. The only thing I think I would change about this dress is just making the pockets a little bit bigger, which is my fault. I added pockets that were not in the pattern, and the opening to them, I can get my hand through it, but I have to be a little bit careful. The drawstring back functions, and it looks pretty clean. It looks really slick and nice. It doesn't look like I threw it together in a rage. So I'm glad this is done. I'm really hoping when I look back at the making process of this dress, I'm gonna remember that it was overall a net positive experience. I'm worried I'll fixate on the part where I was really frustrated, and I'm simultaneously worried that I'm going to forget that part and attempt a new project and get really frustrated all over again, which is going to happen. I'm gonna get frustrated with sewing projects. So I am very content. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this before the holiday season and you have holiday plans, stay safe, don't drink and drive, don't let your family drink and drive. Try not to do too much, take care of yourself. And if you're watching this after the holiday season, you survived! Yay! Good job! Round of applause. So proud of you. All right, I am gonna go put on some sweatpants.